Hello, Candice Sanderson, author of The Reluctant Messenger. And I do want to show you this. That is my new Reader's Favorite Book Award winner, an international book award. My book, The Reluctant Messenger, got a silver medal, so I'm very proud of that. I wanted to share with you a meditation I had on January 17th of this new year, 2020. I was at Goddess I Am for their weekly meditation. Goddess I Am is a wonderful metaphysical shop here in Naples, Florida, where I live. As soon as I arrived, the messages started. So let me just go ahead and read to you verbatim what I got. January 17th, 2020. Empowerment. You are the key. It is your energy that brings light into the world. The heavens open, pouring forth divine healing, yet there must be a receptacle. For a receptacle captures the energy and allows it to collect, to reform, to recalibrate. You, my dear ones, are the wizards of alchemy. Take what has been given and clarity will arrive. This is the time for integration. You perceive this time upon your earth as chaotic, but we say no. It is not so. Step out of the fear of lack, the fear that brings anger, the fear of abandonment, for none of this is true. Use the power of your heart to step into the waters of potential that rain down upon you, feeding and nourishing your soul. There is a redefining of the vibrational frequencies called life. It is time to reconnect with love, with unity, with justice. You, dear ones, are the ones in control. You choose what frequencies to meld and blend with. You are the keepers of the hidden key. Use it wisely. That was for me, that was a very interesting message and a little bit different than what I usually get, but it's 2020, it's a new year, go with the flow, let's see what happens. All of this happened before Beth actually came in to begin the meditation. As more people came in, Beth started, and as usual, she has us take several deep, purposeful breaths. And as soon as I started taking deep breaths, I felt this intense tingling on the bottoms of my feet. My bare feet were on the floor, and they just, it was almost painful. It was so strong. And I intuitively knew that I was reaching, the energy from my feet was reaching deep into the earth and connecting at a very, very deep level. Then I started having a vision, and I saw myself from an aerial perspective. And as I looked down upon myself, sitting in this chair at Goddess I Am, I could see energy coming from the bottoms of my feet. And they were like bolts of energy, like lightning, just zigzags that went all the way to the center of the earth. And then once it reached the center of the earth, these lightning bolts or lightning type of energy came right back up to me. And then I realized this was a two-way street. I was helping feed Mother Earth and giving her energy as she was feeding me as well too. It's interesting because a couple weeks ago, I think it was January 3rd, I was also at the weekly meditation at Goddess I Am, and I saw 3 crystalline grids. One was a grid that surrounded the earth, way up in the atmosphere. One was a grid that covered my body, and the third was a grid that surrounded earth, but it was like 2 or 3 feet beneath the surface of the earth. And the reason I'm telling you this, that third grid that I just referenced, the one that was embedded in the earth, this started, this came in, I started seeing this, And as these zigzags of energy were going back and forth, this energy started to awaken this grid. And what I saw was the grid started getting larger and larger, expanding, and then going deeper and deeper to the very center of the earth. And it no longer was a grid that surrounded the earth, but it was a grid that completely encompassed the earth. I then saw something pretty strange, which, you know, for me these days, a lot of things are strange. So if it's strange for me, it was pretty out there. But I actually saw myself just disappear, and I started like melting until I became one with this grid that was now throughout the entire earth. I became just a tiny fleck of energy, and I realized I could travel anywhere in this grid. I understood that the purpose of this grid, or one of its purposes, was to help heal Mother Earth. And somehow we as humans are able to help manipulate or to control or to somehow guide this grid. So I had this intuitive knowing that I could actually travel down this grid to any place I needed to on the earth. I know that Australia has been having significant problems, you know, with fires, and I could actually go with other people who can help. We could go and change some of the energy dynamics so that rain could come to Australia. And it was just absolutely fascinating. You know, years ago when things like this would happen to me, I would always think I'm making this up. But then, you know, time after time, so much of the information that I received was verified, and I realized I was actually getting information from some sort of a true source. And it's the same thing with this too. I would have never made something like this up. This just sounds kind of crazy. So that's one reason why I know it is authentic and it's true. But we can use the energy that we have to help affect change and to help heal the planet. And I think that's probably why initially I saw this two-way street. As we help Mother Earth, she helps us as well too. Now, I'm still trying to make sense of all of this, and I realize that the truth is apparent actually on multiple layers and multiple levels. And I know that what I see now that's happening might be different a few weeks or a few months from now. I might have actually another perspective. But isn't this what 2020 is all about? Having a new perspective, having a new change, having a new way, a new set of lenses to look at life and to look at our world. I realize the message started off with, you know, the world isn't as chaotic as we think it is. It all depends on what our perspective is, and we can be very effective to help raise the vibrational frequency of Mother Earth, certainly of those others that are in our families, our neighbors, as we, you know, drive to the grocery store or wherever we go. If we maintain a higher vibratory frequency, if we learn to just communicate with love all through our heart center, then what we'll find is that helps with the vibratory nature of everything around us. And we can help others that way and help ourselves as well too. So I know this new year has maybe some challenges for everyone, but it's also just a marvelous opportunity for us to take a look at our lives and do something every day that will make a difference, even if it's just learning to live and smile and think and do everything through your heart space. That may sound like it's minor, but it can actually have a very major impact on the world around you. So just give it a try. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to like it. Feel free to subscribe if you would like. You can follow me on my website, CandiceSanderson.com. You can also find me on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So until next time, I hope everyone has a great day.